Don't we just love when small brands overprice? I love when we get semi-viral videos or some kind of traction here on TikTok, but unfortunately what I have noticed happens is that we get a lot of these types of comments about our pricing, and so I just want to take some time to talk about it. I am Jenny. I am the founder of Honeycut. This is our account. We make better for you versions of snack cakes and mini muffins, and I just want to say I don't know a single small brand that intentionally overprices their product. This is America. Most entrepreneurs out here are either trying to build a future for themselves and build wealth, or they're here creatively. They're like almost artists that are just trying to put products out in the world that they want. I think I'm a pretty good hybrid of both of those things. As a super tiny, my tiniest tiny, I wish I had a better vocabulary, literally microscopic business who's trying to compete with Hostess and Little Debbie, there is no benefit to me overpricing my products and trying to actually sit on shelves next to those products. I have spent so much time trying to relook at the numbers, look at different suppliers, look at different formulations, all of these things, so that I can have a product on shelf that can survive next to these other products that have the lowest prices, right? Because they've been around. Hostess has been around for over 100 years. They're making stuff with the cheapest ingredients out there, and preservatives to help the shelf life, and they have all this optimization. They have these machines and hundreds of thousands of square foot facilities that are super efficient, right? They have decades on decades on decades of efficiency that they've figured out. So they're able to have these cheaper prices. And if I want to compete with them, I know that price is a big reason that people buy these products. So I am not trying to overprice anything. I will just lay out some of the numbers so that you guys can have a little bit of a perspective on what happens for us. Our mini muffins are actually the latest creation that I made, and I really tried to get us a much more competitive price to what was on the shelf versus our snack cakes. I'll link both of our variety packs here, but let me just talk about the mini muffins, where I think that we are actually the most competitively priced and where this comment actually was left. A box of mini muffins we sell to consumer for $10. It costs us $208 in labor to produce that product. It costs us $220 in ingredients to make that product. I literally came inside to check my spreadsheet, so I'm not lying to you. It's $1 on our packaging. I just wanted to look at that. Now, that is before tariffs. We do get our packaging from China, so we are already looking at a very serious increase. And one way we're trying to combat that is potentially by just ordering as more product and to try to get that per unit cost down. Honestly, cash flow wise, we can't even afford to outlay like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars extra just to get a better per unit price. So we're going to probably see some rough stuff happen with our packaging, and I don't plan on passing that through to the consumer. Just to insert this note here as well, I have had this business for quite a few years. I have never paid myself a salary. I have only used my savings for this business. I still haven't raised any money, so I own the whole thing. That's a mistake on my part, but what was I trying to say with that? I have never raised my prices once since I started this company. So that is the cost to make the product itself. So it's like a box of this. It has 4 little packages in there with 4 mini muffins per. Same cost for this guy. Now, when we ship those to you, we put them in a box similar to this. It's just from Uline, and then it also has like some labeling, and I have to pay the guys who package those and store. Sorry, I got a call. So the cost to actually get that product to you in that cardboard box and pay the guys who actually package it is $4.80 just for the box. Then I actually have to pay the shipping fee. Our shipping cost on average is actually a little bit north of $10, especially when you factor in the platforms we have to pay for, but I'm just going to be nice and call it 10. So $10 on average for shipping, which right now I took down our shipping cost. So for this product on TikTok, we sell you 2 boxes like what I showed you of the product. And I think we only have the $4 shipping fee right now. And so let's just do that math. So to make the 2 boxes of mini muffins, $10.56, and then it's $4.80 to actually package those in a bigger packaging to ship to you, and then $10 that we pay UPS. You guys would pay $20 for the product and $4 for shipping. So you're paying $24, and the total cost for me to get the product to you is actually $25.36. No, I totally shouldn't be admitting this, but I posted a video a while ago. We used to charge $10 for shipping, and we recently brought that down to $4. And I mentioned in that video, we're probably going to be on average losing money. Maybe sometimes people's shipping will be cheaper than $10 if they're close to our distribution, but often we're going to be losing money. So yeah, I mean, I didn't expect the numbers to look like that because I have ignored them for a while. But we literally lose money, right? Like nowhere in that variable was I paying myself. Nowhere in that, I mean, I was paying the people who produce our product. I was paying the people who I buy our ingredients from. Like, hopefully they all have sound businesses and they're actually making a little bit of money there. But we're not making any money. Like, this is the trouble with having a small business. It never makes sense until you get like enough virality, enough distribution where you actually have leverage to buy cheaper ingredients, where people love you enough. Maybe you have a viral moment and people are willing to pay $10 for shipping. But right, like I took our shipping cost down recently because I wanted people to try our mini muffins since they're new, and I wanted to like just reduce that burden that the consumer was having to pay. Now, obviously, I gave you guys kind of the equation for how I sell products on TikTok. Not all of our products are sold that way. In fact, these mini muffins are actually available in Target in a select part of the US. So check out our account if you're interested. It's kind of the Pacific Northwest area. They're in the snack cake aisle. Now, when we sell to Target, we obviously give them a wholesale price. So I don't have to factor in like the fulfillment cost, right, for that fulfillment guys that I mentioned. We do have like external cases, so that cost is involved, but I don't have to pay UPS. Actually, Target picks up from us, and they actually eat the cost of that logistics on their own margin. So we make like thousands of dollars of product, like on a pallet. We send them, maybe it's like $5,700 of revenue. We make a couple $100 like in technical profit when we have that channel. But when we're selling to you guys as consumers here on TikTok, as I've just proved, not only am I funding all of this through my personal savings, but I actually personally am losing whatever it is, $1.36. Hopefully no potential investors see this video and think like, what is she doing? But this is the problem with America, right? Like, so many businesses are failing. Obviously, like the tariffs, again, I didn't even factor those into like what's going to happen to our packaging. So many of us are out here, just to level set to my original point, so many of us are out here like theoretically going after creating wealth and like, you know, having something that's sustainable, but a lot of it is just because we believe that it should be there. Like, I grew up on snack cakes. I wanted this product to exist. Obviously, it can exist at scale and make money, but like where we are at right now, it's just not feasible for us to be making a ton of money. I know that you're pissed off at this price. Of course you're going to be pissed off if I try to charge $15 a box, or if I actually ask you to pay the shipping costs that it takes to get you the product. So yeah. Anyway, I hate that I feel like I have been defensive in this conversation, because I do want to be open and communicate on social media and use it as a way to talk to, you know, consumers, and to like be honest about the struggles of building a business. But I don't like taking the position of like defending myself, and because there's so many people who love us, and thank you to all those people who love us, but then we do have these moments where there's so many people have negative things to say about us, and sometimes you guys attack our taste and our quality, and sometimes you attack our ingredients, and sometimes you attack our price, and I never know if it's like the right approach to just like address the negativity, but I do want to be honest about this. And as we saw from this like simple math here, like I'm literally paying you guys to try my product, which, by the way, so many businesses in America do. I mentioned that we're bootstrapped, so I'm technically paying you to try our product, but there's so many people that are backed by venture capital, and they go out there and they do genuinely lose money. I'm helping a company right now who's doing the same thing, right? Like, they have investor money. They go out and they subsidize the cost of their product. They offer these crazy discounts, and they just do it betting on the future that it's going to eventually take off, and they're going to eventually have these efficiencies or these viral moments that like make the volume for them make sense. And so I wish that consumers had some more perspective on that. And that's, I'm happy to share more about things, so if anybody has any comments, but it's really hard to have a small business in America. And just, I mean, I don't know. Ugh.